Okay, Sarah, so we're here in Barcelona.
Yes.
We're here for fun competition, a little bit of a Nike activation. You were here 3 years, 2 years
2
ago,
years ago, yeah, 2017.
competing at this competition. What's it
Yeah.
like kind of coming back here again and watching after, having been here?
It's a very different atmosphere. We had 1.5 day last year, and we had to do so much in those 36 hours or something, and so it's a way different trip now. Now we have 5 days and we have more people, and it was just it's a little bit more chilled out now and relaxed. But
Nice.
it's also a really big program. But it's amazing being here.
So let's talk about your training a little bit.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of changes in you
Yes.
over the last 3 years, and
Yes.
you've got a new coach that you're working with. What's kind of this training strategy that you've been using, rehabbing from the injury from last year,
Yeah.
and then coming into this season?
So my problem was that I just started CrossFit by myself, and I skipped all the basic stuff. So I finally found a coach that's very good with movement and it's really good with psychology also. So we kind of matched, and the goal is now just to learn how to enjoy it again, which I'm already there, and have a healthy body and be the best that I can be. Like, we focus on different areas now that I've never focused on before.
What are some of those areas?
Endurance. It's a lot of endurance, a lot of biking, and it's just a different approach that I'm used to. And of course, it's sometimes hard to trust it. Like my body is a very complicated thing. It's I really want to compensate in everything, so we focus a lot on movement work to get stronger in the lifts and not get injured, and everything is pretty science-based now, which I've never done before. I just did a CrossFit workout because I felt like doing it today. It's
As
like
hard
a
as you
white
can.
thing, as hard as
Every
I can,
time.
every time, yeah. And so it's a very different approach. We plan the whole year, each phase and everything, so I can see the goal in each phase. Like now, I haven't been lifting that much, but I know that I'm starting lifting again on Monday. So it's like, it's really good mentally to have
So
a
let's
plan.
talk about, so you have these phases, right, for
Yeah.
training. You're really mapping that out. So let's
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit. What phase are you in right now? Or you sound like you're transitioning between phases. So
Yeah.
where is that?
So I've been competing a lot now. I competed in Dubai and then Wodapalooza. So I just finished Wodapalooza, and I get like a week of deload because like the season is starting now. So I'm starting a build phase on Monday and competing in London again. That's my last competition until Rogue. So I decided this year that my self-esteem crashed a little bit after having to withdraw from the games because of my rib. So I've been training normally since November, and so it's been pretty hard now. So I'm getting a week of deload, and then I'm starting the season on Monday. So so build phase starts on Monday, and then also competition phase after 3 or 3 weeks, a week before the competition.
So among top tier athletes, you have probably the lengthiest schedule this
Yeah.
year. Schedule, like you just talked about it. You had Dubai kickoff. You have
Yeah. Wodapalooza
last
Yeah.
week. You've got Strength and Depth in London coming up, then the
Yeah.
Open,
Mhm.
and then Road later on in the year.
Yeah.
So how are you going to stay healthy with that really intense training schedule,
Yeah,
and
so
also showing up
my-
to compete
my goal with the competition isn't completely to win them all.
every event?
Yeah. It's just to get my momentum back. Like I was a little bit scared after my rib. Like I was competing at the games, but I wasn't myself. It was like I was looking at myself on the floor and trying to push, but I couldn't push. Like when you dream that you're running, but you can't run. That's how I felt at the games, and it was just hard to experience that when you've been that good before, and then all of a sudden your body doesn't work, and you don't have an explanation until 2 weeks after the games. Like I figured that it was a broken rib, but I didn't get the verify until 2 weeks after. So it's just getting the momentum back on. Now in Dubai, I was so nervous. It was like I was competing for the first time again, and I just talked to Phil and I said, like, I really want to keep this momentum because I want to be better in competition than in training. And for now, I'm better in training than competition, and I want to change that again. So it's just your body works in different ways in competitions. You need to get a routine again, and that's what I'm getting now by competing so much.
What? So how do you like? That's a major injury. It's a really big setback. So
Yeah.
how do you move forward mentally? Like, what? How do you? And do you feel like you've turned the corner on that, and you're really in a good stride now?
Yes, I feel like I'm still on my way where I was. So, I mean, I broke my rib in November also last year, the first rib. So I had 3 months off and could start 2 weeks before the Open. And it's probably the hardest thing that I've ever experienced is to compete in such bad shape. But I surprised myself a lot, and then I was just so happy with the form that I had before the games. Like I'd never been as fit as at that time. And then I broke the rib again. But then after I broke the rib, I knew that I can come back because I had already done it before. So that one was just, okay, now I just need to let the body heal.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Be
get back to
patient.
shape. Yeah, be
Trust
patient.
the process.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
not
Like the first
not
rib,
that
I wasn't
typical
trusting
Sara,
the
just
process. Yeah,
right
exactly.
back into it like a muscle
Yeah.
car. You
And
know,
that's
like,
why I have Phil.
step
I'm
on
like,
the gas pedal.
Yeah. And so I have Phil. I'm like, I call him and I'm like, Phil, I really want to kill myself today. I'm really stressed. Blah blah blah. He's like, Sarah, stop. Yeah. We have a plan.
Slow down.
We're sticking to the plan. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's good to have somebody on the side that holds you a little bit back for the right reasons.
It may already have answered this question, but what's one of the biggest lessons that you've learned in training over the last, through whatever we're going into our fourth season now as you as a games athlete. So what's a big lesson you've learned?
I just love overtraining. I love training, and I love to kill myself, and that's just the reason why I do this. And I think that I learned it the hard way is that the body can't handle as much as the mind can handle. So listen to your body. It's probably the first thing that comes to my mind is, listen to what your body's telling you and go with that.
Awesome. Well, good luck.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.